Trades.
Yo,
How you doing, my
what's
man?
up, kid? Been good, man. It's been a little time, but I was off social media.
That's
I
okay.
tried
I
to,
understand, buddy.
but I was keeping watching next. I was keeping watching Michael stuff. I mean, why Michael all the time? Because I'm not deviating. I like to be on time. Even when I'm busy, most of the times my life is a busy life. Um, yeah, I like what like Michael shows right about this field guy here. This market has been been really difficult even for me because I'm studying Michael stuff for like 5 years, and it's been challenging, right? Even for me. And yeah, I was taking like small shorts, and I was giving time, to the market to show his hand to me. So I don't know. Even me, I'm finding these difficulties sometimes, and I want to ask Michael. I mean, he know. I mean, I know that he understands that you can have these difficulties, uh, even if you have like 5 6 years. I feel like I'm in Michael's. I feel like I'm him. When I have these bad times, and when I listen to him, I feel like I feel better. I feel like I can do it further without rushing everything, right? Because I was rushing sometimes. Because maybe I was doing something else, and cannot be concentrated on the things I should to do, right? But yeah, I want to ask you, Michael, about when on those times get into it, right? Because you're gonna have good periods, right? They say you're gonna have good periods, like it's gonna awesome, and I don't know, pride changes his trajectory, and how you should handle that. I mean, you should size down. I know that, but if it happens, if I size down, right? Uh, let's say I have a bad period, a bad month, a bad, I don't know, something has happened in my life. How should I handle that in a proper way? So I'm not gonna, you know, go too much to raise myself too much into it. That's what I want to know more about that.
Well, the first thing you have to do when there's an emergency and you're bleeding out money and you're in drawdown is you have to stop the bleeding. You have to stop the hemorrhaging. So the first thing you do is stop trading. You have to give yourself permission to at least stop for a couple days. Because if you're angry, if you're hurt, if you are embarrassed and ashamed, all those things are triggers for us to go in and do something. And usually what we do is we reach for a bigger weapon, something bigger, something more blunt, much more sharper, much more higher caliber, and we translate that into bigger, more frequent trades to get out of that feeling. Because we equate that if we do that and we're able to clobber the market and pry the money that we've lost by our own actions away from the marketplace, that means that, yeah, it was just something that was temporary, but I'm still a warrior and I'm never going to be afraid of having this happen again, when that's not true. But that's the comeback story we tell ourselves. And I did that a lot as a 20-year-old. The first thing is stop trading. Do something else away from the charts. You have to distance yourself. And what that does, it reminds you that trading is not who you are. It's what you do. And if you keep yourself grounded for a few days, minimum 3 days, preferably a week. Some of you may require longer than a week. It's going to be hard for you to do that, but it's good medicine for it to happen. When you eventually get through that time away from whatever you arrive at for your, I guess, measure of discomfort, whenever you put something on yourself in terms of drawdown or struggling and you're getting frustrated, you're spending more time worrying about getting back to doing it right, and you feel like it's a race to get to it, that's not a time to go back into the marketplace. So you have to let that go. And by doing something like a different hobby, don't watch my videos, don't look at price action, don't go on social media and look what everybody else is doing. Prove to yourself that you have discipline to keep yourself away from it. If you can't do that, that proves that you're not equipped to go in and trade, because you're going to reach for the first thing that looks like something to trade on. And chances are it has nothing to do with making money. It's just something for you to distract yourself from the pain. It's distracting you from the discomfort of what you put yourself through, and you want to get to that realization that it was just temporary. When spending time away from the market, away from my content, away from the community, away from social media and the markets, you ground yourself and you realize, oh yeah, I am that same person before trading. I liked doing all these things too. I love my family. I love my friends. I love the hobbies that we did that were not market related. So yeah, I'm okay. I'm going to be okay if I don't go back there for a couple days. The market's going to be there. The concepts will still be there, but your frame of mind won't be where it needs to be to use them correctly unless you give yourself a break. And by grounding yourself like this, it allows you to come back with a fresh perspective. You're not in a vendetta mood where you have to go out and exact revenge on something, and you end up personifying the market. Just treat it as a very slow progress where you go back down to 1 micro and 1 trade per day. And do that for a couple weeks to get yourself back into the swing of things. And over time, when you get a little bit more acclimated to what it is you're doing again, and if you're not feeling impulsive, then go back to whatever you were doing before you hurt yourself.
That's amazing, Michael. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. Be the Lord Jesus Christ be with you always.
Thank you, brother.
Baruch Hashem.